let's talk about the tangent ratio. So you may remember the unit circle and the tangent of theta in a right triangle was given, if this is the opposite side, the adjacent side, and the hypotenuse, then the tangent of theta was given as opposite over adjacent. So that's in a ratio inside of a right triangle. If you move that theta into the right triangle on the unit circle, and then we zoom in on that unit circle, we can see here the angle theta, which is, QOP or COA or COP for cop, I guess. Anyway, here's theta. Then the opposite side here in red is going to be the sine of theta, and the adjacent side here in blue is going to be the cosine of theta, and the point Q is going to have the coordinates x, y, and so sine of theta is going to be equal to the x coordinate, and cosine of theta is going to be, sine of theta is going to be equal to the y coordinate, and cosine of theta is going to be equal to the x coordinate. And so using that logic, we also get that the tangent of theta, which is equal to opposite over adjacent, is going to be equal to the y coordinate of Q divided by the x coordinate of Q, which gives us this trigonometric identity that tangent of theta is equal to sine of theta over cosine of theta. Now, we know all of this already, but where does this word tangent come from? Okay, so you can see that this circle, the unit circle, is being cut by something called a secant. Secant comes from the word secare, which means to cut. So this line OC cuts through the circle, and it's called a secant line. And in fact, the secant ratio, which I believe is the reciprocal of the cosine, so secant of theta is equal to 1 over the cosine of theta, which is going to be 1 over x. That name also comes, secant also comes from this line, the secant line, to the circle. And the tangent ratio's name comes from this line, CA. And this line, CA, touches the circle in exactly one point, and any such line is called a tangent to the circle. And the word tangent actually comes from a root word called tangere, as in tangible, and that means to touch. So the tangent line is the line that touches the circle in exactly one place, and it meets the circle in such a way that it forms a right angle with the radius that has the same point on it as the point of tangency. And the name for the tangent ratio comes from this tangent line CA. So let's explore how that is possible. Okay, we know that the tangent is supposed to be equal to sine over cosine, but we also know that in any right triangle, so let me highlight this right triangle here in yellow, in any right triangle, the tangent should also be the ratio of the opposite side over the adjacent side. And so you can see in the right triangle, okay, so in triangle O, and let me change this. Actually, this is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. So in the triangle OCA, okay, the tangent of the angle theta is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. The opposite side, you'll notice, is this side AC, so that's got length AC. And the adjacent side, you'll notice, is this side here, OA. And OA is a radius of the unit circle, and so OA has a measure of 1, and therefore the tangent of theta is equal to the length of AC, and AC is a line segment that is a part of the tangent line CA that runs tangent to the circle. And so that's the origin of the tangent ratio. And using this diagram, you should be able to work out for yourself where the origin of the word secant comes from. And all the names of all the trigonometric functions have deep origins. Sine has an origin in this purple part here, which is like a bow. The cosine-sine relationship, the co comes from the word complementary. So the co-functions of the complements are equal in value. Tangent comes from this tangent line, and the value of the cotangent comes from that word co too, meaning complementary, and same for cosecant. And there are a bunch of other trig ratios that I don't remember at all that are old and out of use now that we don't use, that have other fancy names that come from other relationships. All right. Thanks for asking me about trig, because I miss it, and hope to see you guys around school. Bye.